Welcome back. Today is a dessert recipe and it's going to a potluck. So I just want to point out right from the start that you see me when I'm assembling it, I touch it. And I did wash my hands. I just didn't wash them on camera for you to see. I didn't really think that people need to see me washing my hands, but I did wash them. So this dessert, I've had this recipe, look how old this recipe card is. I've had it since 5th grade. And if the person that gave this to me is watching, text me and tell me that you've seen it, because you know this, when she gave this to me, I have treasured it ever since, and it's been quite a while, since 5th grade. So it's called triple layer dessert, and it's so good. It needs to stay refrigerated. So I hope you like it, and I don't know how you could not like it. I don't know. It's just most everybody likes dessert. So let me know in the comments if you like it. All right, thanks. Bye. Oh, and the recipe and the instructions are in a clip at the end for you to pause to be able to write it down, because you're going to want to save it. First, we are going to melt 1 stick of butter. Then we're going to add 1 cup of flour and 1/2 cup of nuts. Mix it up and spread it in the bottom of a 9x13 pan. It's going to stick to your hands, so you need to do something to prevent it from sticking, whether it be rub some butter on your hands or spray your hands with cooking spray. But you need to prevent that because it's a sticky mess. So now that it's spread out, it's quite thin, you'll have noticed. Go ahead and cook it in a preheated 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. So while that's in the oven cooking, we're going to make the next layer, and it is 1 brick of cream cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, which you can see mine when I dump it in is just a little bit short, but it's fine. It still worked out. I wasn't going to open another bag of powdered sugar for 2 tablespoons, and then 1 cup of Cool Whip. Mix it up with a hand mixer and set it aside. So this mixture is quite thick, but you can absolutely tell when it's done mixing and when it's completely mixed, because it looks really creamy. So once your cream cheese mixture is complete, just set it aside, let it be at room temperature. And next, however you want to make pudding, but the next step is 3 cups of milk and 2 boxes of chocolate pudding. The reasoning behind using 1 cup less of milk is because you want your pudding to be very thick. When we serve it out of the 9x13, it'll keep its shape. It won't run all over the plate. If you're making your pudding in a blender, make sure halfway through you scrape down the sides, because the powder just kind of cakes in the corners and cakes on the sides, and you want to make sure all that powder is mixed in. So look at how thick this is, and imagine when it's cold it's going to be even thicker. So we're doing good here. So our crust has cooked for 20 minutes, and now it's very, very, very important that you either find a way to stick it in the fridge or let it cool down to room temperature before the next step. So this crust now is completely cooled. I did put it in the fridge for probably 15 minutes. And so we're going to start assembling now triple layer dessert. So it's very important that you don't just plop this cream cheese mixture in one blob in the middle and think you're gonna spread it out really simple, because this bottom crust is so flaky and so tender that you're gonna tear it up really easy. So you need to be very, very gentle with this. And also, this is why I recommend that this cream cheese mixture, after you mix it up with your hand mixer, that you let it stay at room temperature on the counter, because if you put it in the fridge to get it cold, it's going to thicken up and it's going to tear your crust that much faster. So next up is your pudding layer. Go ahead and evenly distribute all of that. So we're almost done. This tub of Cool Whip has 1 cup removed from it, and that's what we used to make our cream cheese mixture in the beginning. So now we're just going to put the rest of this on top and spread it evenly and gently, because you don't want to mix the chocolate pudding. You don't want to streak it through this top layer of Cool Whip. So being patient with this recipe is key. It's so worth it. And lastly, and this is purely optional, is we're going to sprinkle some chopped walnuts on top. Also, I'd like to add, in the very first part when we're making the crust, when we add walnuts, you can omit that if you have a nut allergy, you just don't like walnuts. So yeah, again, I think I've said this like 100 times, make the recipe yours. If you don't want something, don't put it in. If you want to add something, go ahead and add it.